Welcome back, this is Jeff Byers and this is NE255, and we are now going to show you how to work with passive rigid bodies and keyframe those so you can control active rigid bodies. So let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and create another plane, a platform for the active rigid bodies to fall on if they need to. And we're going to create a couple more planes here. Flatten that one out, bring that up like that. Okay, something like that will work. I'll put that on this side. And then we'll go ahead and duplicate that over to that side. And then we're going to create a ball. So we have something that looks like this. Alright, so there's our ball. Okay. So here's some fun stuff. Alright, so active rigid bodies will collide with each other and with passive rigid, but the cool thing about passive rigid body is that you can animate those. So if I wanted to, I could create a ping pong table and I could have two paddles that are passive rigid bodies, and we could knock this ball back and forth over the fence. If I did it correctly, you could just continue to do that animation and just, by just animating the passive rigid body. So that's very powerful. There's some really cool things you can do. And you can also do paddle ball. You could have a string connected to, or rubber band connected to the ball, and you can actually do a paddle ball, which is really cool. So anyway, we'll get you started on this. So I need to select everything. You need to delete byte type history and freeze transformations on everything. And this is going to be active, so let's go ahead and do that. Active rigid body. Remember, we're using legacy rigid bodies. We're not ready to get into bullet time yet, so bullet effects will be later. So create active rigid body. Okay. And then we'll select all the rest of these guys and do a passive rigid body. There we go. And then we'll add gravity to the ball. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. So now the scene's all set up. Okay, there we go. So we just have it bouncing like that. Okay, cool. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and flip that. So on frame 1, I'm just going to hit, let's go ahead and get that set up for rotation. And at frame 1, I'm just going to hit the S key. And frame 5, I'm going to flip it like that. Okay. So something like 90 degrees. I'll just type that in and hit the S key. Okay. So let's see what happens. Yep, there she goes. So it's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and watch that. There we go. Lobbed it. Nice. Okay. So I don't want to do it that much. Let's go back. Let's do frame 5. Let's bring it back a little bit like that. And let's hit the S key. So now let's take a look at what it does there. Okay. Not quite enough. Let's go back. And let's go to frame 5. And let's bring it a little bit more like that. We just got to get just right. There we go. That's better. Okay. And let's go back. And let's pull it back just a little bit. And let's play it again. That's better. There we go. And so we ended up with something like 58 degrees, I think. Let's play it. Yep, 58.726. Alright. Alright, so let's get close. So now I've got to go to the side view and find out what time frame this will take. There's that. So that's just about 26 frames. Alright. And then let's go ahead at frame 45 set a key, and then frame, let's just say that one, and let's go ahead and hit it back like that. See if this will work. I don't even know if this will work. Yep. Okay, a little too hard. So let's, and a little bit too late, so let's take that and let's bring that back a couple frames like that. Let's give that a rewind and try that again. Okay, and let's not go so hard, just gonna like that. Let's bring it back a little bit. I think you get the idea though. Okay. Let's look at it from a perspective viewpoint. Okay, cool. And you could probably preempt that after it hits. You can't scrub, so it's kind of a guesswork there. So let's bring this one from frame 60. Let's go to frame 5. And I'm going to hit the S key on that. And then frame 60, I believe that's where it's going to be flying, like around there. There we go. And so let's move that up to kind of catch that ball. See if that'll work. Nope. Move that up. See if that'll work. There we go. Very cool. Alright, so let's give it a little more time. Let's do 400 and see what we get here. There we go. Okay, so you get the idea. Okay, so I will see you in the next video, which we're going to start working on the fire effects. So I'm going to show you how the fire effects works in the next video, and I'll see you then.